Good morning everybody. In this class we are going to discuss about the helium neon laser. Okay, helium neon laser is the gas laser because here helium neon gas is used as active medium. It is atomic laser because the energy levels of the neon atoms are used for the lasing action. So it is called the atomic laser. It is 4 level lasers because 4 levels of the neon atoms are used for complete one lasing action, and it is continuous wave laser because the last lasing level is not the ground state. So we can maintain continuous population inversion between the state. And here the electrical discharge is the efficient pumping mechanism because it is a gas laser. So the energy levels of the neon atoms are characterized by the sharp energy level. So the electrical discharge is the efficient pumping mechanism. Okay. Helium neon laser consists of a long narrow discharge tube. This is the long narrow discharge tube, and it is filled by helium and neon, typically at pressure 1 torr and 0.1 torr. So helium and neon are taken in 10:1 ratio, and this is the resonator cavity. In the resonator cavity we placed the active medium helium neon gas, and this is the high power supply, and it is used for the electrical discharge for the pumping. Okay, when electrical discharge passing through the helium neon gas, the accelerated electrons are collide with the helium and neon atoms. Okay, and this is the energy level diagram for the helium neon atoms. Actually F1, F2, F3 are the energy levels of the helium atoms, and E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6 are the energy levels diagram for the neon atoms. Okay, so when the electrons are passing through the helium neon gas, electrons are collide with the helium and neon atoms, and since the helium is lighter than the neon atom, so helium atoms easily excited to their metastable state. F2 and F3 are the metastable state of the helium atoms. Okay, and since the metastable state of the neon atoms E4 and E6 are approximately close to the metastable state of the helium atom, so the excited helium atom when collide with the neon atoms at the ground state, the neon atoms are excited to their metastable state E6 and E4 due to the inelastic atom-atom collision, resonant collision. And here also neon atoms are excited to their metastable state due to the direct collision, but since the mass of the neon atoms are higher than the helium atom, so the probability of excitation of the neon atom is smaller than the helium atom. Okay, and since E6 and E4 are the metastable state of the neon atom, so here population inversion exists between the states. So here lasing action takes place, and there are 3 possible laser transitions are from E6 to E3, and due to the transition from E6 to E3 give 6328 angstrom laser light, and for this transition E6 to E5 gives 3.39 micrometer, and due to the transition from E4 to E3 gives 1.15 micrometer laser transition. Okay, but here the main component of the laser light is 6328 angstrom, and since the wavelength is 6328 angstrom, so the color of the helium neon laser is red color. Okay, and this is the last lasing level, and it is not the ground state. Okay, so so we continuously pump the neon atoms and maintain the population inversion at all time. So we get the continuous laser light from helium neon laser. It is continuous wave laser because the last lasing level is not the ground state. and due to the spontaneous emission, the neonatrons come to the E2 state due to the spontaneous emission, and here the wavelength of the light about 6000 angstrom, and here the neonatrons from E2 come to the E1 state via collision with the walls, and also the neonatrons from E2 come to the E1 state by transferring their heat energy to the wall, because in the chamber helium is present and the conductivity of helium is very high. So heat energy of the neonatrons directly come to the walls, and the neonatrons come back to the ground state. Then again we can pump the neonatron to their metastable state, and we get continuously laser light. Okay. So here the role of the helium atom is very important. What is the role of the helium atom? Role of the helium atom. Helium atom is used both for the excitation and de-excitation of the neonatons. Okay, since the helium is lighter, so they easily excited to their metastable state, and they collide with the neonatons, and due to the collision of the helium atom and neonatom at the ground state, neonatons goes to their metastable state. Okay, so helium atom is used for the excitation, and since the conductivity of the helium atom is high, so the neonatom come back to the ground state due to the transfer of heat to the wall of the chamber. So neonatom easily come back to the ground state. So helium atom is used both for excitation and de-excitation. Now, why it is called the 4-level laser? Because for one complete lasing action, here 4 energy levels are used. If we start the transition from this state to this state, so this is the number 1, this is 2, and from this state to this state due to the spontaneous emission, and again come back to this state. So for one complete lasing action, here use 4 energy levels, number 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is the 4-level laser. Okay, thank you.